In today's video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step breakdown on how to create and run your very own successful Facebook advertisements. So let's get into the video. What's going on, guys? If you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate you being here. If you're new, my name's Carter and I'm the co-founder of Versatile Agency. We're a marketing agency that specializes in real estate, and we do Facebook and Instagram advertising for them to bring them high quality buyer and seller leads, which is exactly what I'm going to teach you in today's video. So in today's video, like I said in the intro, I'm going to be going over basically the entire process of what I'm going to be doing for a client or a new client as far as building a strategy, setting up their Facebook account, their ads manager, kind of the whole process on what I do and how we essentially get results, for our clients. So before I get into that, if you guys can do me a huge favor, I post every Monday and Thursday. So subscribe, like, turn on your post notifications so you don't miss any of those new videos. It really helps. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. That was a goal that I set in January. So I just think it would be pretty cool if we can hit that, and you guys are the only ones that can make that possible. I do want to monetize the channel just because, that's a goal that I set. So make sure you subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into the video. So before I jump onto the laptop and actually show you guys the process of setting up, the campaigns, ad sets, and the actual ads, there's a couple things that I do prior to actually, creating all that stuff, just to make my life a lot easier and to essentially communicate and show the clients of exactly what I'm going to be doing. So a lot of this is going to be just basic and general as far as developing a strategy and whatnot. So this can be a very broad YouTube video and help everyone out, but some of it's going to be real estate targeted because that's the niche that we specialize in and focus on. So basically what you want to do for your clients before you actually go into the ads manager and do all that is build an actual advertising strategy. So whatever it is that you're going to be doing, if you're going to run a campaign, a video campaign, some carousel creatives, whatever it may be. But I'm going to explain to you what, the campaign is, what ad set means, and what ads actually are. So the campaign is essentially the overall big picture of everything that you're going to be doing. So if you're running, a seller's campaign, you can put that, a video campaign, whatever it may be. You just want the big picture of what the whole kind of ads and everything that you're doing is about. Now, after you get the campaign set up, there's called the ad set. So this is where you do set up all of your targeting, your demographics, male, female, age, target audiences, and all that fun stuff, which I'm going to get into a little bit more in depth, but that's where you set up the ad set. And for the ads, this is pretty, evident with what it means, but this is where you can set up all of your creatives and everything that you're actually going to be publishing onto Facebook and Instagram. That's basically what that part is. But like I said, before you are doing all that, you should just simply go on, Microsoft Word or write it in a notebook, whatever it may be, an actual strategy that you're going to implement to get results. So whether that's split testing these 3 creatives at the start, building you your own custom audience, then we're going to go into, this opening targeting method, and we're going to run these 4 creatives, let the audience decide which works the best. Then we're going to put all of the budget on that. Whatever it may be, you want to have something that you can show them of exactly what you're going to be doing. Obviously, if you're an experienced marketer and you've been doing advertising in a certain niche for a little while, you're going to figure out a strategy that works and you're going to be implementing it for most clients. Now, sometimes it differentiates with the product or service that you're offering. For real estate, it's pretty easy because you're usually doing the same thing. It's either bringing in buyer leads or bringing in seller leads, whatever it may be. But if you're in the e-com niche or you're in the info product niche, there's some things you have to do before the advertising, making sure the client's actually qualified, like their product will actually sell, it's a good product, they're hitting a certain monthly revenue. So there's other things that you have to do for that. But for real estate, if you have one strategy that works, it's usually the same until other marketers catch on and that strategy doesn't work anymore. And then you have to figure out something new, which is, pretty cool because we're always having to do new things and trying to figure out how to get better and better results. Now, a big part about, this part, building a strategy and all that fun stuff, is you're actually just going to get more knowledgeable and be more of a professional when it comes to doing the advertising. So this is going to help you in all aspects of your business, not just getting results, but even in sales calls when people are asking you questions, or whenever it may be, you're going to be super knowledgeable. You're going to probably sign more clients because you're going to really know what you're talking about. A big thing that I teach our students is that you want to be a master and you want to learn all of this and do everything at the start, because you want to be able to hold all the cards in your hands. If you're going to hire a media buyer, they can essentially run your business and they make all the calls because without them, you don't even have a business. So make sure at the start you are actually learning, how to do all this yourself. And then eventually, once you get to a certain number of clients and you're making a certain amount every single month, you can, get a media buyer, hire them, give them, an hourly rate or whatever it may be, because you can just simply teach someone else to do what you do and how you get results. But a big thing is definitely learning how to do this all on your own. There is a lot that goes into it, a lot more YouTube videos that you're gonna have to watch. But if you do wanna learn faster, I am having a mastermind course starting in June. I'm having another one June 1st. So this is something you'd be interested in. The link's in the description. It's basically 4 weeks. It's very fast paced. It's for people who are looking to start, very quick. It's hourly group calls once a week throughout the entire month of June. Also weekly 15-minute Q&As. But like I said, if it's something you'd be interested in, you can click the description link down below and you can get into that. But let's get back into the video. So I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build campaigns, obviously, but I'm going to be teaching you guys how to take these campaigns to the next level with certain things that you can be doing to actually, get your clients, get insane results. Essentially, you're not just going to be running, some typical campaign. Anyone can go in the Facebook Ads Manager and simply just publish an advertisement, but there's actually a lot of back-end work that goes into it and how you're going to get your clients, insane results and take these advertisements to the next level. So first things first, the first thing that I'm doing is, like I said, I'm developing an ad strategy. Now for the second step, I'm actually going to be going and doing some market research in their area for their product, for their service, for whatever it may be. So for real estate specifically, which is what I'm going to get into, you can go into the Facebook ad library, and this is where you see every single ad that's newly posted for that month in a specific area. So it's pretty cool. This is how you can do market research. You can see what other people are doing around them and in that area. If it's working, you can see if anyone's doing anything similar to you and your strategy. And this is essentially what a lot of agency owners are doing to just see what other agencies are doing for their clients. Like for instance, if I know that an agency locator, which is a competitor, is hired this team, I'm going to search up that team on the Facebook ad library and see what advertisements, agency locator is running, so we can kind of compete against them, see what they're doing and whatnot. But obviously we, have our own strategy that works, but this is where you can do some competitor research. So I'm going to go on the laptop now and kind of show you guys what that looks like. So now we're on the laptop. This is the Facebook ad library. That's all you have to type in. And this is where, like I said, you can do all of your market research. So you can literally pick the country that you want to look in. You can pick the ad category. So for instance, like I said, we specialize in real estate. So I'm going to be picking the housing special ad category. And now you can search by location, keyword, or advertiser. So like I said, one of our competitors is Agency Locator. If I want to see some advertisements they're running for their agents and their teams, I can actually search them up, or search up other agents that, our clients are competitors with, whatever it may be. But what I will do is I'll just search up Toronto. City of Toronto. You can look and see every single advertisement that just started running today. So started running on April 29th, started running on April 30th. And as you can see, these are people who are just running ads. They're all actually pretty, trash, but that's whatever. So you can literally just look and do competitor research, see what other people are doing, if they're doing anything similar to you. And just, this is essentially also, you can show your clients, and this helps a lot because you can say, this is what your competitor is doing. Everyone's running advertisements. This is how they're taking, their real estate career to the next level. So this is really good for competitor research, and as well as signing clients and showing them, what other people are doing and how they're getting, 2 to 3 listings a month by running advertisements and whatnot. So yeah, this is the Facebook ad library. I definitely suggest including this to get better results, and also to sign more clients by showing them some competitors in their area. So that was step 2. Now let's get into step 3 and the second part of getting your clients insane results when it comes to advertising. So this is actually building the creative. So now we have to get a little bit creative, and I'm going to tell you kind of my thought process and the graphic design thought process on building these creatives. There's a couple things that go into it. So first of all, it doesn't have to be Super Bowl commercial quality. This is what a lot of people get hung up on, is their brand, and so many people are going to see it and they just want it to be kind of super perfect in this perfect world. Your whole goal is just to simply get results, get people's attention. So you just want to do what works. So there's a couple things that goes into actually building these creatives, and it's being clear, concise, having a good call to action, and hitting your target market, and just knowing what gets people's attention. So this is pretty good where you can take some courses, some, generic marketing courses on little things that, grasp people's attention, what works, what doesn't work, and stuff like that. This is where you can actually, if you have a marketing background, it will really help when it comes to developing the creatives. A lot of people just think that you have to be a good graphic designer or a good developer or have an insane creativity mind, but a lot of it is actually just about what's going to work, what's going to get people's attention, what works in this niche, having a good call to action, and all that fun stuff. So I guess the first step is actually being unique, figuring out, like I said, being different than everyone else. Are you going to run a video campaign? Are you going to run, black and white advertisement because that's unique and that's going to get people's attention? Are you going to run, some black and white with some yellow? It's just figuring out an ad that's, pretty unique, and you're essentially going to get people's attention. Next is you want the advertisement to be very simple, clear, concise, and have just a call to action right there where people aren't going to get lost with a bunch of useless information that's jam-packed into a single advertisement. Like I said, you just want to have one call to action that people can just look at the picture, whether it's even within the picture. Like sometimes there's not even text on the advertisements. You can just tell what's going on in the picture and people can just, figure it out essentially. You don't want to have big paragraphs of, long information about what the advertisement's about or anything like that. People just won't care, especially when you're advertising on Facebook and Instagram. It's very short form content. People are just scrolling through. You can't have big paragraphs on advertisements and stuff like that. It's just got to be very clear and concise. Now you want to have a statement and an insane call to action where people are going to feel like they're missing out if they don't, do this, or it's going to be like the biggest headline on the actual picture. So whether it's, learn more, click the link below, is this something you want to get started with, shop now, limited time offer. You want to have something where it also creates some sort of sense of urgency, so people are going to be doing it and you're going to give them a little push, a little bit of motivation. But having a great call to action is obviously key, and this is something that you can split test as well with different statements and some cool things like that. Now, where you can actually go to develop some of these creatives is, Canva. It's free. They'll give you free templates on some designs and things that you can do, especially at the start. You haven't built any advertisements in your niche if you're just starting out as an agency. So now let's get into the copywriting, the actual descriptions, headlines, and primary text on your advertisements. Those are the three main parts when it comes to actually, creating the copywriting for your ad. Now the primary text is the part at the top of the advertisement. So if you're ever scrolling through Facebook and Instagram and you come up onto a sponsored ad, basically the first text that you see is called the primary text. And this is where you want a question to actually hit your target market and get them to self-identify themselves essentially. So for instance, for real estate, when we're running an advertisement for one of our clients, a primary text that we use is usually, are you interested in knowing the value of your home? So this is very self-identifying, and it's very targeted to real estate people, and people will simply self-identify and say, yes, I am interested in knowing the value of my home, and it's hitting our target market. Next is the actual headline. So at the very bottom where your call to action is, whether it's learn more, shop now, whatever it may be, that's the button part. Beside that is the bold text, and this is actually your headline. So this is where we put in, click this button to learn more and get your free seller's guide. Click this button to get 30 tasks on how to increase the value of your home. Whatever it may be, the headline, you basically want it to be a call to action or something where it creates a sense of urgency, like I said, to get people to, do that now, whether it's limited time offer, exclusive deal, click now, only 1 hour left. Whatever it may be, your headline, you basically want it to be a call to action. So the next main part is your description. Now this is obviously where you just include a paragraph on exactly what you're talking about or what this advertisement is about. This is essentially what is in the caption below the actual ad. So this varies depending on your niche. You can split test some different descriptions, but you just basically want it to be short, very to the point, what your advertisement is about, what you want people to do within the ad, and that's basically the copywriting for your advertisements. It's not something that's too insane. You can obviously have some different headlines, different primary text, some different descriptions, because you do always want to be split testing, and always you want to try and get better results. You're never going to be perfect or have the best ad or have the best copywriting. So making sure that you're split testing different things is always huge. So now let's get into some of the actual deep work and explaining some things, some crucial topics about the ads manager before I jump on the laptop and actually show you guys the campaign setup, ad sets, and ads. You actually do want to do some things before doing that. So setting up pixels, creating your custom metric board, your dashboard, and all that fun stuff. So Basically, setting up the pixels is you got to put those on certain funnels that you're using, putting it on your client's website and stuff like that, so you can track your audience and create, some custom audiences for them. For instance, obviously this is huge for e-com clients, putting it on their actual website. So, if 100,000 people visit it in the first quarter of the year, now you have a custom audience, basically a warm audience of people who have shown interest in your product or are already familiar with who you are. So that we call a warm audience, and that's why pixels are huge for obviously tracking, people that are going on sites like that. The next big thing is obviously on the ads manager, if you've ever been on it, or I'm going to show you in this video, but there's certain analytics and tracking columns of click-through rate, results, impressions, reach, link clicks, cost per link click, stuff like that. So you can set up your own custom dashboard for the actual things that you want to see and that are relevant to the ad that you're running or the niche that you're in. Obviously, if you're not running a video campaign, you don't want to see video plays or 3-second watch time or 50% retention rate, whatever it may be. So it's pretty cool because you can set up your own dashboard of certain metrics that you want to actually see and certain things that are relevant to what you're doing for your client. So we'll get into that as well. Now, another big thing is actual naming of your campaign ad sets and ads. This is huge for tracking and split testing and just keeping everything organized for you, essentially the marketer. Now for the campaign, this is very general. You just want to have an overview of exactly what it is that you're doing and what the sole purpose is. So if we're running a video campaign, I'm just going to say seller ad video campaign. If I'm doing just a seller campaign, I'll just put seller campaign. It's just very generic. Now for your ad sets, like I said, in your ad set, this is where you do all of your targeting, setting the demographics, the actual advertising placements and stuff like that. So what I do is I name the ad set, open targeting Vancouver. So if I'm targeting the Vancouver area and it's just open in a cold audience, I'll label it as open targeting the Vancouver area. Now if I'm doing automatic placements or manual placements, which for real estate, you want to be doing manual placements on the Facebook feed, Instagram feed, and Facebook Marketplace. Facebook, it just eats up your budget on all the other placements. So I'll put open targeting Vancouver, automatic placements, and that's what I'll name my ad set. Now going on to the ads, what you want to do for split testing some different creatives, you can label them creative 1 carousel ad with 7 images, creative 1 single image, sold home property with happy clients. Basically just keeping it organized for you, so when you're split testing these, you can see which one is getting the best results and essentially how everything is going. So now that we got all of that basically pre-set up things before we actually go into building everything, now you know how to develop the creative, how to build a strategy, how to create your dashboard and do what a campaign is, what an ad set is, and what an ad is. I'm going to jump on the laptop and actually show you guys how to set all this fun stuff up. So let's get on there. So now we are on the Facebook Ads Manager. So it might look a little bit confusing or a little bit scary at the start, but I'm going to go over everything with you guys so it all makes sense. Now, like I said, this is the campaign section, this is the ad set section, and this is the actual ads. Now, going back to what I said about the actual, columns and the breakdown of everything that it explains to you what happens. So as you can see, these are the results, reach, impressions, and it's all pretty cool because it actually tells you what everything means. So that's pretty crucial at the start, especially when you're sending your clients ad reports or whatever it may be. Makes it a lot easier for you to explain everything to them. But now if you click in the column drop down, as you can see, there's a bunch of different things you can click on. Now you can go to custom and click customize columns. So like I said, this is pretty cool. This is where you can create your own, essentially column and everything that you want to see. As far as, if I was doing it for a real estate client, what I do is I delete all these and I'll set it up myself. So at the start, I want impressions, then I want the reach that it hit, then I want the results, clicks, the click-through rate, whatever it may be. You can set it up, save it as the preset, and name it, your agency or whatever it may be. But that's not exactly what we're going to be going over today. So where you're going to go to create your custom audience is right here. This is where you go to set up your Facebook pixel on their website. Click on the event manager, you create a pixel, and then add it to the site. You click this green button to create a campaign. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now for e-com, 90% of the time you're going to be doing conversions because obviously you're trying to get sales or whatever it may be. For real estate, 90% of the time I'm doing lead generation, so that's what we're going to be doing. Now click continue, and we just created the campaign. So now we're going through the steps like I told you guys. Create the campaign, create the ad set, and then create the ad. So this is where you name the campaign. So I will do the name of the client, Greg Bay, usually I do that, seller campaign. So that's all I do. Now in real estate, you have to have a special ad category of housing, otherwise your ad won't be able to post because it'll just get declined by Facebook. Pick the country, Canada. Then buying type is always on auction. That's what you want to do. If you're not split testing anything, you don't need to do that. Now, if you're going to be split testing multiple different creatives and stuff like that, you want to do campaign budget optimization. So what this means is when I turn this on, I set a daily budget of whatever it is, $10. If you're split testing 3 different creatives, it will put the $10, it will split up $10 towards all these different creatives. So you'll be running $10, but all the ads will be running. And then the ad that's performing the best, it will start putting the budget more towards. So this is how you just figure out what creatives essentially doing the best. So most of the time we're doing campaign budget optimization. You'll hear people call it CBO. Whatever it may be, you can run it at $10 a day, and this will just basically let you split test on all the creatives. So now we're in the ad set, and like I said, what I do when I'm naming the ad set is if I'm doing open targeting Vancouver manual placements. So instant form, whatever it may be, pick the page. You're not doing catalog because you're not doing, anything e-com for this part. This is where you can do the scheduling as well. So your start date, your end date, and this is where you'll create your audience. So like I said, if I'm doing open targeting in the Vancouver area, well, I don't go there, I go here, but I would just do search Vancouver, select there, click the miles, 50 miles, and then there you go, that's your audience. Manual placements, like I said, for real estate, we do just the Facebook Marketplace, Instagram feed, and Facebook news feed. Turn everything else off because I've watched multiple videos and split tested a lot of different things, and these are the actual placements that get results. Everything else is basically irrelevant. So now we will go to the ad. So now we are in the ad section, and like I said, you can name your ad whatever it is that the creative you're going to be running. So creative number 1, and if it's a carousel of 9 images, so you know like exactly what it is. Then you can select the Facebook page, the Instagram account. This is where you'll put in your actual creative. So like I said, if it's a carousel, you can enter all the images. You can do up to 10 pictures, which is a lot. And within each picture, you can add a different headline and a different description. And then at the bottom, your primary text is going to be the same for everyone. This is where you can also do your call to action. So like I said, there's a whole bunch of them: subscribe, apply now, book now, download, learn more, sign up, and all that fun stuff. This is where you can create your actual forms for, if you're doing real estate. Like I said, most of the time they're filling out a Facebook form, so you can get them a free seller's guide or whatever it may be, but essentially you just want their information. But yeah, this is a setup for the campaign ad sets and ad. It's very simple. There's not a whole lot that goes into it once you start to learn more about your niche and how to, get insane campaigns and setting up the pixels and all that fun stuff. You're going to learn by experience. So, whether it's getting your first client just on a performance-based model where when you make them money, you make them money. That might be how you have to start just to get some, experience under your belt. But yeah. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Like I said, before you leave, please make sure you subscribe, like, and turn on your post notifications. I post every Monday and Thursday, so you don't want to miss any of those videos. If this video was helpful and you liked it, comment down below if it helped you out. I'll reply to some of the comments and maybe even select one of you guys to join our mastermind group for free. But yeah, before you leave, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.